And you know what that means. That's right, it's Saturday. It's time for yet another edition of the original version of Sip and Snack. And welcome to the second part of Ghostbusters Weekend here on the Popcast Network. Now, first off, AJ, along with 5 other films, reviewed the new Ghostbusters film yesterday. Today, we're doing this, which, as you know, I've been waiting to do for a long time. And tomorrow, we're going to take Ghostbusters to Versus. Or we're taking Ghostbusters back to Versus. But that Versus doesn't exist on this channel anymore because AJ wasn't as happy with it as he normally is. So, it's gone! It's completely gone! I mean, it's not deleted or anything. I mean, it's gone. You're not going to find it if you search for it. So, it's being replaced by the one that's going up tomorrow. And I think the video that actually we got out of tomorrow's Versus, it actually came out quite well. So, that's why the original is gone. It will never see the light of day again. And the new one will take its place. So, I've been wanting to do this one for a while. Everyone knows that. And for those of you that don't know me, like, you know me, obviously, we know each other quite well. But I don't talk a lot about my childhood. And one of the things that I remember from childhood was Ecto Cooler. And I believe that's when the term came into my life, I drink it like it was water. Because I did. I drank those juice boxes like they were going out of style. And sure enough, I got a little bit of reading to do, so obviously that means that we're going to look upwards. We're going to do the Dark Skies thing for a while. Okay, so this started in 1989. Yeah, 8 years after I was born. I know, I'm old, I get that. And it featured an image of Slimer. This was promoting the real Ghostbusters. And the drink was called Ecto Cooler. Now, basically, this was High C's Citrus Cooler from the 1960s. But the difference is, Ecto Cooler was made because of Ghostbusters 2. Alright? So, Slimer was added on later, but promoting the actual real Ghostbusters, the drink itself was made to commemorate, well, branded to commemorate Ghostbusters 2. So, the drink did very well. It was discontinued in 1997, and Slimer left around 1997, and Minute Maid didn't discontinue the product as it is till 2001. Now, the interesting thing is they called it Shouting Orange Tangerine, and Slimer was replaced by a blob of lips. No, not Patricia Quinn blob of lips, it's just a blob of lips that was basically like Slimer shaped, but it was an orange pair of lips. Now, they changed it to a won't stain formula, and it was no different when it comes to taste, but the colorization was now a yellowish green. Now, this was named Crazy Citrus Cooler in 2006, and in 2007, completely discontinued. September 15th, 2015. I'm sitting at Cabana Bay, and I am enjoying myself, getting ready to head out for a day of the parks. And the next thing you know, I see that a trademark has been refiled. The trademark for Ecto Cooler was refiled by the Coca-Cola Company. And on February 18th, in 2016, so this year, there was a prototype can that showed up on eBay. Now, it did not have Slimer on it, but it did have the logo of the 2016 version of Ghostbusters, and it had a green slime motif. Now, on April 25th this year, Ecto Cooler was announced to be available for a limited time beginning on May 30th. Now, it's going to be in 6-ounce juice boxes or 11.5-ounce aluminum cans. Now, granted, the cans are what I got today, and we'll talk about that later. But they were thermal ink that created a quote-unquote eerie shade of slime green when the product is cold, and I'll show you the comparison momentarily. There was a contest until May 30th. You could actually win the first set of Ecto Cooler that came back out into stores, kind of like what they did with Crystal Pepsi, because Crystal Pepsi's coming back next month. So that's another thing we're doing here on Sip and Snack. We're going back to the 90s. It's brilliant, isn't it? So it makes perfect sense that that would be the case. So you can follow @EctoCooler on Twitter. Thank you for following me. And Ecto Cooler on Facebook. There was a Resurrect Ecto Cooler campaign that was done on Facebook and Twitter. And basically that was kind of like what they did with Crystal Pepsi. They got it back, so now Ecto Cooler's back. Makes perfect sense. And sold exclusively in the US. Now, this is interesting because it seems to me like this is only available, okay, it's available in stores, but it's really, really hard to find. And I know a lot of people have had a lot of no luck finding it. But one thing that has always been prevalent is the fact that it's available on Amazon, and more importantly on Amazon Prime Pantry, where you do pay for it. It's under $8. I don't know the exact price point off the top of my head. I don't want to look upwards anymore. And one of those things about it is when it all comes down, it's that it's available to Prime Pantry members only. And Prime Pantry means that I think it's like $5 more, just like it's like a flat rate ship for it if you want to get it. But it's worth it. It comes in a 12 case of the cans, the 11.5 ounce aluminum cans. And on top of that, because of people buying it and like raising the price up to like $100 for a case on eBay and Amazon, like there's people that are trying to sell it for like over $100 a case. The same thing that I got for like $8. But that's something that they're trying to jack the price up. So what they do is they limit it to only one per customer. So if you want to buy it one day and then they're like, hey, call back and buy it again, probably can do that, and I probably will down the line. So without any further ado, let's go back to my childhood. This is Ecto Cooler. I'm so happy for this. We'll talk about the cans first. First, I'm going to show you what the can looks like without any coldness. You see like the yellowish High C logo, and it looks very much like the juice box. Obviously, it's in can form, promoting the Ghostbusters film right at the very top. And this was actually sold in a couple cinema chains as well. I know a lot of cinema chains are actually selling it. We don't, but I know some that do. And this is a little bit different from the formula. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, it's a little bit different of a taste from the original, but it's been a long time since I've had the original, so I probably couldn't tell you the difference. See, this is the can when it's not cold. This is the can when it is cold. You can see the subtle differences when I show you this, because obviously when it's not cold, it's a little bit yellowish on the High C logo, and when it is cold, you have the slime has oozed down, and now the High C is now green. So, let's go back in time, shall we? Back when life was so much simpler. I wasn't even in double digits yet as a child. Some of you may not have been born yet. I doubt it, but you never know. I mean, it just depends. I don't know who's watching the channel anymore. When it comes down to it, the network, as a broad base of people, a lot of you out there really like this stuff and drank it like it was water, just like I did. So, this could have been when you were a kid. This could have been when you weren't an idea. This could have been when you were, like, a teenager or down the line. And you all liked it if you drank it. I know anybody wouldn't like this stuff, so let's pop the top and find out how it tastes. Here's later. Oh, God. Okay, I'll shoot with you guys. I've had this for a week and a half, and I've not touched it. Why? Because I wanted to do it for you, and I wanted to have my first experience with Ecto Cooler for the first time since I was a kid be right in front of you guys. So that's the reason why I've waited so long for it. And first off, oh, that familiar smell is there. The Minute Maid Company and Coca-Cola. Amazing. So I've got this nondescript glass, and we're going to pour some in here. Obviously, as usual, we're going to do it at the glass. I've got the palate cleanser, and then we're going to do it with the can. So we'll see if there's any difference in the taste. Usually if there's not, let's see. Ooh, that looks good, doesn't it? That is Ecto Cooler. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my God, yes. Brings me back. I guess the best comparison, without going into a Minute Maid product, it kind of tastes like a green version of Sunny Delight. The definite orange juice taste is like immediate. It's one of those things I really like about it. And this stuff's really good, because I could drink this with food. I don't usually drink anything other than soda with the food, but this stuff I can imagine drinking with food. And this is probably going to last me not very long, because I'm probably going to drink it, and then I'm going to have to get more. Which means more Amazon Prime Pantry orders for SirOwenDisney. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's so good. So good. I mean, in actuality, it tastes a lot more like orange juice than I remember. The tangerine taste and the green colorization. The green's kind of playing tricks with my head. It's kind of like it's green orange juice. But it's so much more than that. Taste is definitely there, and we're going to try it out of the can, see if there's any difference. So this is solid cold. So let's try and see what we got here. That's really good. So good. Oh my God, I finally have Ecto Cooler in my house again. It was amazing. So, if you can get it, like I said, do. If you liked it when you were a kid, you're going to love it now. And, I mean, it tastes good. It's juice. It's 100% juice according to this. Sorry. Wow, I read that wrong. It's been a long morning. 10% juice here, so it's 10% juice. Yay. It's a blend of orange and tangerine juices from concentrate and other ingredients. It's very heavy on the orange juice flavor. I love this stuff. This stuff's amazing. I can see myself drinking this during the podcast we will probably be doing next Saturday night. So, that's Sip and Snack for this week. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It's finally here. I've done Surge on this channel now, and I've done Ecto Cooler, and the next part of the trifecta of things Owen drank like it was water when I was growing up, Crystal Pepsi, coming next month. So, probably about a month from actual today, to be honest. Given the fact that it is Saturday, and technically that means we are 2 months away from opening night for Halloween Horror Nights 26. Cannot wait for that. There was a little bit of a rumor that was circulating around that Ecto Cooler might be sold at Horror Nights this year, but I guess I take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if I believe it or not. It doesn't make much sense. I think it would be cool to have this in the Freestyle machines. Obviously, it is a Coke product through Minute Maid, so why not? Put Ecto Cooler in Freestyle. That'd be great. It'd be a specialty drink you can put alongside Gamma Green to promote the new Hulk, and also to promote my personal favorite Celebrity Fizz. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it'll end up in Freestyle. Who knows? Maybe down the line that'll happen. I hope it does, because I love to drink this stuff, again, like it's water. So like I said, this is cold. Obviously, you can see the colorization, so I just want to show you that one more time. So that's what we've got for this week. So quick programming note. Tomorrow, I said Versus is going to be Ghostbusters, and if you have been following along with the network for a long time, you know that there is a video that no longer exists on this channel, and Ghostbusters faced off against something else quite paranormal and humor. And that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Gaming with Ash returns on Monday, and Monday night, of course, the 3 straight days of wrestling content here on the Popcast Network will commence. As Monday night, 11:30 p.m., we'll do the WWE Raw Popcast. Tuesday night, we're going to go live at 10 p.m. to do the WWE SmackDown Special Edition 2016 Draft Edition of the Popcast. And on Wednesday, the regular edition of the Wednesday Wrestling Podcast, talking all things independent wrestling and in the professional wrestling world in general. Thursday, Sip and Snack Random Flavors will return. Friday, AJ's Movie Reviews is tackling Star Trek Beyond, as well as the new Ice Age, as well as Lights Out, and Hillary's America. And Saturday, Sip and Snack Original Flavors return, so you'll enjoy that. Sunday, brand new Versus, your Cryptic Comment is Knockout, so stay tuned for more content here on the Popcast Network, and who knows, maybe, just maybe, the Elite may be coming your way for number 6 when it comes to our Halloween Horror Nights 26 podcast, which you can get right now on iTunes, Stitcher, and at Google Play if you want to check them out and be able to use them when you're walking to work or running or driving in your car. You can. So that being said, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at SirOwenDisney. Follow the Popcast Network on Twitter at Popcast Network. Check out our Facebook fan page at Popcast Network, and our Zazzle store merchandise available at Popcast Network. And I want to officially, on video, welcome Ryan Roscoe as the newest member of the Popcast Network Elite. He will be joining us moving forward, talking all things Halloween Horror Nights, and who knows, maybe he'll join us for other things as well. I guess we'll find out when the time is right. If you want to email me, SirOwenDisney@gmail.com, if you have any ideas for Sip and Snack, or versus any other regular segments here on the Popcast Network, or if you want to become a podcaster yourself, or on that note, if you want to do a Sip and Snack guest star edition, you can shoot me an email on that social media. And using that email. So, that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. One more part left of Ghostbusters Weekend here on the Popcast Network. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.